My beloved child, come closer to me for a moment. Come closer in your heart, in your mind, in your tiredness, in your questions, in all the places where you feel unsure or alone. I want you to hear my voice clearly right now. I want you to feel my presence the way the warmth of the sun touches your face after a long night. I want you to know that I am speaking to you, not to everyone around you, not to the world in general, but to you. Yes, you, the one reading these words, the one whose heart has been searching for something deeper, something real, something that has perhaps been missing for a long time. My child, I have watched you through every season of your life. I have watched you as you grew, as you worked, as you struggled, as you laughed, as you cried. I have seen you hold your breath in fear, and I have seen you lift your hands in gratitude. I have never taken my eyes off you, not for a second. Even in the moments when you thought I was far away, when you felt like I had forgotten you, when you believed the silence meant abandonment, I was closer to you than your own heartbeat. You just didn't notice, because the noise of the world grew louder than the quiet whisper of my love. But today, I am speaking in a way you cannot ignore any longer. Today I want your heart to awaken. Today I want your spirit to open its eyes. Today I want you to understand something that you have been overlooking for far too long. This is not a message of fear. It is not a message meant to frighten you or make you feel unworthy. This is a message of love, a message of mercy, a message from a father who sees his child walking dangerously close to the edge and says, "Stop. Listen. Look at me. Come back to me before it is too late." My beloved child, you have been carrying many things that were never meant for your shoulders. Worries that weigh you down in the quiet hours of the night. Regrets that sit heavily on your heart. Pain from old wounds that you tried so hard to forget. Moments you wish you could erase. And perhaps the greatest burden of all, the feeling that you are not enough, that you have failed, that you have disappointed me. But I am telling you now, you have not disappointed me. You have not failed me. What breaks my heart is not your weakness. What breaks my heart is seeing you walk alone when I have always been here, waiting for you to take my hand. My child, you have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten who I made you to be. You have forgotten the purpose I placed inside of you, the light I breathed into your soul, the destiny I wrote over your life long before you took your first breath. And because you have forgotten, you have drifted. You drifted slowly, gently at first, almost without noticing. A small compromise here, a small delay in prayer there, a quiet surrender to the world's distractions, a softening of your spiritual senses, a loosening of your grip on me. It didn't happen in one day. It happened in many small moments, moments that pulled your heart further and further away until you found yourself wondering where your peace went, where your fire went, where your closeness to me went. And now, you stand in a place where the world feels heavier, darker, more confusing than ever before. You look around and see chaos. You see people turning against each other. You see families falling apart. You see values disappearing. You see the noise of the world drowning out the whisper of eternity. You feel the pressure of time, the uncertainty of tomorrow, the fragility of life. And inside your heart, you know something is wrong. Something deep, something spiritual, something urgent. That is why I am speaking to you today with a voice filled with love, but also filled with seriousness. My child, this is a moment you cannot ignore. This is a moment where heaven is calling your name. This is a moment where I am reaching into the deepest part of your soul and saying, "Wake up. Look at me. Listen to me. Return to me before the window of grace closes. I am not angry with you. I am not punishing you. I am not threatening you. I am warning you, because I love you too much to watch you continue down a path that leads to emptiness. I love you too much to let you settle for a life that is spiritually asleep. I love you too much to watch the enemy steal your peace, your purpose, your joy, your eternity. I love you too much to stand silent while your heart drifts further away from the very source of life. My child, do you understand how precious you are to me? Do you know that I created you intentionally, purposefully, lovingly? Do you know that I shaped your soul with my own hands? Do you know that every beat of your heart is a gift from me? Every breath you breathe is sustained by me. Every morning you wake up is a sign that my purpose for your life is not finished. You are not random, you are not forgotten, you are not a mistake, you are mine, but my love demands truth. And the truth is you have been ignoring my voice, not out of rebellion but out of distraction. Not because you want to walk away, but because the world has become louder than my whisper. And that is why I am raising my voice now. That is why I am calling out to you with urgency. That is why I am saying, my child, this is my warning. Listen to me now. Do not wait. Do not delay. Come back to me while there is still time. I want to bring you back to a place of peace. I want to restore the fire in your spirit. I want to renew your strength, heal your wounds, and remind you of who you are. I want to breathe life into the dry places of your soul. I want to wash away the dust of years you spent wandering. I want to hold you so close that all your fears melt in my presence. But I cannot do this unless you open the door of your heart again, unless you return to me, not half-heartedly, not temporarily, not casually, but fully, sincerely, completely. My beloved child, hear me. I am not far from you. I am right here. I have been waiting for this moment. And this message, these words, is my hand extended toward you. Will you take it? Will you come home? The path ahead is not easy, but it is beautiful. It requires honesty. It requires surrender. It requires trust. And in the next part of this message, I will take you deeper into the truth your soul has been longing for. Stay with me. Listen carefully. Let these words touch you. Let them awaken something inside you that has been sleeping for far too long. I am speaking to you because I love you, and I am not finished with you yet. Now that your heart is open and your spirit is listening, let us walk a little deeper together. I want you to breathe slowly as you take in these words, because what I am about to share is meant to reach the quiet places inside you, the places you rarely speak about, the places you often hide even from yourself. You see, so much of your life has been spent carrying silent battles, silent questions, silent fears. You have learned how to smile while hurting, how to keep going when tired, how to hold others together even when you feel like you are falling apart inside. And I have seen every moment of it. Not one tear has ever fallen without me noticing. Not one sigh has escaped your chest without me understanding exactly why. You may think your life has been ordinary, but in heaven's eyes, nothing about you has ever been ordinary. Every step you have taken, every season you have survived, every moment you pushed through even when you wanted to give up, these things matter. They matter because they have shaped your soul. They matter because they have drawn you closer to me in ways you didn't even realize. They matter because behind every struggle was a hidden invitation from me, a quiet whisper saying, "Come to me. Lean on me. Let me carry you." And though you didn't always hear that whisper, though you sometimes chose to walk alone, you were never walking without me. Think back for a moment, my child. Think about your life, not with fear, not with regret, but with honesty. Think about the moments when you felt lost. Think about the times when you didn't know what to do, when you didn't know where to turn, when you didn't know how you would make it through another day. You survived those moments, not because of your strength alone, but because my hand was quietly holding you. You survived heartbreaks, disappointments, betrayals, losses, uncertainties, and seasons of deep loneliness. You survived emotional storms that almost drowned you. You survived because my love refused to let you fall. Even when you didn't feel me, I was the one keeping your heart beating. Even when you didn't call my name, I was the one guiding your steps. But my child, I want you to reflect on something important. How many times have you gone through pain that could have been avoided if you had stayed close to me? How many nights did you cry alone when you could have placed your head on my shoulder? How many decisions did you make out of fear when you could have simply asked me for direction? How many blessings did you walk away from because you were listening to voices that were not mine? And how many times did you settle for less peace, less joy, less purpose, because you forgot that I created you for more? You have lived through moments that shaped you, but some of those moments were never meant to wound you as deeply as they did. And yet, even in the wounds, even in the places where life cut you, I have been weaving healing into your story. I have been turning your trials into wisdom, your burdens into strength, and your pain into compassion. I have been shaping you into someone who understands love deeper because you have known loss, someone who understands my mercy because you have needed forgiveness, someone who understands hope because you have walked through darkness. But now, my child, I must tell you something with gentleness and truth. Many of the struggles you face today are not from the past. They are from the distance you have allowed to grow between your heart and mine. This distance did not appear suddenly. It appeared slowly, quietly, subtly. It appeared when you began to rely more on yourself than on me. It appeared when you let the world's noise speak louder than my voice. It appeared when worries filled the space where trust once lived. It appeared when you put me last instead of first, not because you wanted to, but because the distractions of life made it easy to forget the importance of your relationship with me. My child, I am not angry about this. I am not disappointed. I am not keeping a record of how far you wandered. But I am calling you to reflect deeply on the truth your soul has been thirsty. You have been living with a hunger that nothing in this world has been able to satisfy. You have looked for comfort in people who could not fill the emptiness. You have searched for meaning in places that only left you more confused. You have tried to fix things on your own and ended up tired, drained, and discouraged. And deep down, you know exactly why, because your heart was created for me. Your peace comes from me. Your purpose comes from me. Your strength comes from me. Without me, life becomes heavier than it was meant to be. My child, let me speak to the deepest part of your being right now. The reason you feel restless, the reason you feel distracted, the reason you feel spiritually numb at times, the reason you feel the world pressing on your shoulders, is because your soul has been living far from the very source of life. But I am not condemning you. I am calling you. I am inviting you to return, not just outwardly, not just with words, not just with temporary promises, but with your whole heart. I want you to come back to the place where your spirit was alive, where your prayers were sincere, where your heart was open, where you felt my presence not as a distant idea but as a living reality. Let me ask you something gently. When was the last time you sat quietly and felt me near you? When was the last time your tears fell into my hands? When was the last time your prayers came from the depths of your soul instead of the routine of your lips? When was the last time you surrendered your burdens instead of carrying them alone? When was the last time you truly felt my peace? My child, I want to bring you back to that place. I want to restore what has faded. I want to rekindle what has grown dim. I want to revive what has been weakened. I want to breathe life into your tired spirit. But for this to happen, you must reflect honestly. You must see the reality of where you are spiritually, not to feel guilty, but to understand how much you need me now more than ever. The world around you is changing rapidly. The days feel heavier. People are growing colder. Hearts are becoming hardened. Faith is becoming weaker. Many are drifting without realizing it. And you, my child, must not allow yourself to drift with them. You must awaken. You must return to me with urgency. You must recognize that time is moving faster than you think, and the window of grace will not stay open forever. But do not be afraid. I am not saying this to terrify you. I am saying this because I love you too deeply to let you sleep through a spiritual danger you cannot see. I am calling you with tenderness and truth because I want you safe. I want you strong. I want you ready. I want you close to me. And now, my child, as we move forward, I want to lift your heart. Because the next part of my message is not about sorrow or regret. It is about encouragement. It is about hope. It is about the beautiful truth that even though you have wandered, even though you have struggled, even though you have grown weary, you are still loved. You are still chosen. You are still mine. And I am ready to strengthen you. Now that your heart has reflected deeply, let me lift your spirit with the truth you need to hear today. You have carried so much on your own for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be held, supported, and strengthened by my love. But I want you to know something with absolute certainty. You are not walking this journey alone. You never have, and you never will. Even in your weakest moments, even in your most painful days, even when you felt abandoned by people you trusted, you were never abandoned by me. I want you to breathe slowly and let these words sink into the very center of your being. You are loved. You are seen. You are understood. You are not forgotten. Everything you have endured has shaped you into someone stronger than you realize. The wounds you thought would break you have become the places where my light can enter. The challenges you thought were impossible to overcome became testimonies of the strength I placed within you. The moments where you felt like giving up were the very moments I carried you. You are not as weak as you think. You are not as lost as you fear. You are not as alone as you sometimes believe. My beloved child, I know you have been hard on yourself. I know you have looked back at your life and said, I should have done better. I should have prayed more. I should have trusted more. I should have stayed closer to God. But I want you to hear me clearly. I am not holding your past against you. I am not measuring your worth by your mistakes. I am not disappointed in you. What matters to me is not where you have been, but where you are willing to go from this moment forward. And right now I am inviting you into a new beginning. Yes, my child, a new beginning. No matter your age, no matter your history, no matter your wounds, no matter how long you have felt spiritually tired, I can renew you, I can refresh you, I can restore everything that feels broken or lost. As long as you have breath, your story is not finished. As long as your heart is beating, there is still purpose for you. As long as your spirit is open, I can pour new life into you. Perhaps you have been worried about the future, your health, your family, your security, your peace, the world around you. But let me remind you, your future is in my hands, not the world's. And my hands are steady. My hands are gentle. My hands are strong. My hands never fail. You are safe with me. Even when the world feels unstable, even when people change, even when circumstances shift, I remain the same. My love remains constant. My guidance remains steady. My promises remain true. And my promise to you today is this: I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. I will carry you through every storm that comes. You may feel weak, but I am your strength. You may feel tired, but I am your rest. You may feel uncertain, but I am your anchor. You may feel afraid, but I am your shield. You may feel unworthy, but I am your everlasting love. My child, I am not expecting you to be perfect. I am simply asking you to come to me, just as you are, tired, hurting, confused, hopeful, searching, longing. Bring me your fears, and I will give you courage. Bring me your worries, and I will give you peace. Bring me your weaknesses, and I will give you strength. Bring me your sins, and I will give you forgiveness. Bring me your brokenness, and I will give you healing. You do not need to pretend with me. You do not need to hide with me. You do not need to fear my judgment. When you come to me, you come to a Father who understands you better than anyone else ever will. You come to a Father who knows your thoughts, your feelings, your struggles, your memories, your hopes, and your future. You come to a Father who never grows tired of hearing your voice. You come to a Father who loves you more deeply than you can comprehend. I know life has not always been gentle with you. I know there were moments when you prayed for something and did not receive it. I know there were seasons when you felt overlooked or unheard. I know there are days when your body feels weak and your spirit feels weary. But I want to encourage you with this truth: nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every season has prepared you for this moment. Every tear has watered the soil of your soul. Every challenge has made your faith stronger, even if you didn't realize it. Do not think your best days are behind you. Do not think your purpose has expired. Do not think your value has diminished. I can do more in one moment of surrender than you could do in a lifetime of effort. I can open doors no one can shut. I can heal wounds no one else knows about. I can restore relationships that seem impossible. I can bring peace to your mind, clarity to your heart, and strength to your soul. Nothing is too hard for me, not even the things you are afraid to pray about. My child, take courage. Lift your head. Open your heart. The heaviness you feel today is not a sign that you are finished. It is a sign that you are being called deeper. I am calling you to rise again. I am calling you to trust again. I am calling you to hope again. You are stronger than your circumstances. You are greater than your fears. You are more precious than you know. And even though the world seems dark, even though the news feels frightening, even though the times feel uncertain, you must remember that my light is still brighter than any darkness. I am still in control. I am still on the throne. I am still your God, and nothing can separate you from my love. Let these words breathe life into you. You are not too old for me to use you. You are not too tired for me to strengthen you. You are not too broken for me to heal you. You are not too lost for me to find you. You are not too far for me to reach you. You are not too late for me to restore you. You are still part of my plan. You are still part of my purpose, and you are still my beloved child. But now, my child, because I love you, I must speak to you with both tenderness and seriousness. The path ahead requires wisdom. It requires awareness. It requires spiritual clarity. There are dangers around you that you do not always see. There are traps the enemy sets softly, quietly, patiently. And many of my children walk into them without realizing it. This is why the next part of my message must be a warning, not to frighten you, but to protect you, not to discourage you, but to guide you, not to condemn you, but to awaken you. My child, open your heart even more now, because what comes next is spoken with love, but also with urgency. Now listen very carefully, For what I am about to tell you comes from the deepest place of my fatherly love. I speak this not to frighten you, not to burden you, not to overwhelm you, but to protect you in a world that has grown spiritually dark and dangerously deceptive. I have encouraged your heart, I have lifted your spirit, but now I must open your eyes. I must show you what is happening around you, what is happening within you, and what the enemy has been quietly trying to do in your life. My beloved child, the world you are living in is not the world you grew up in. You have seen changes that once seemed impossible. You have watched values disappear, respect weaken, kindness fade, families break, and faith erode. You have seen people turn cold, truth become twisted, and sin become celebrated. And while these changes may trouble you, many of my children do not realize the spiritual reality behind them. The enemy is working quietly, subtly, slowly. He works in moments when you are tired, distracted, discouraged, or overwhelmed. He works through tiny compromises that seem harmless at first. He works through thoughts that whisper, "It's just one time, it doesn't matter, God will understand, you can fix it later." He works in silence, planting seeds that grow slowly until the heart becomes dull, until prayer becomes rare, until faith becomes routine, until joy becomes distant. And my child, he has tried to do this to you. Not because you are weak, but because you are valuable. Not because you are forgotten, but because you are chosen. Not because you are far from me, but because you were created to be close to me, and he hates that. He has been trying to dim your light, weaken your spirit, and distract your soul. He wants you tired. He wants you overwhelmed. He wants you spiritually asleep so that you will not hear my voice or feel my warnings. But today, my child, I am waking you up. The uneasiness you have felt, the heaviness in your heart, the restlessness in your spirit, the sense that something is wrong in the world, the feeling that time is moving faster, the awareness that your soul is longing for something deeper. These are not random feelings. They are signs. They are gentle alerts from my spirit. They are signals that you must be careful, alert, awake, and spiritually prepared. You cannot live the way you used to. You cannot pray the way you used to. You cannot ignore my voice the way you used to. This is a different time, a different season, a different spiritual atmosphere. And because of this, my child, I must warn you with love. There are things happening around you that you cannot afford to ignore anymore. You cannot ignore the moments when your heart grows cold. You cannot ignore the days when prayer feels distant. You cannot ignore the habits that pull you away from me. You cannot ignore the temptations that come disguised as comfort. You cannot ignore the small sins that slowly grow larger. You cannot ignore the silence in your spirit when you stop seeking me. These things may seem small, but they are not small to your soul. My child, the enemy rarely destroys a life through a loud attack. He destroys through quiet drifting, one small compromise at a time, one small distraction at a time, one neglected prayer at a time, one lowered standard at a time, one moment of spiritual sleep at a time. That is why I am speaking with seriousness. That is why I am saying, wake up, my child. That is why I am calling you back, fully, completely, urgently. You cannot afford to let your heart grow numb. You cannot afford to let your mind be filled with fear and confusion. You cannot afford to let the world shape your thoughts. You cannot afford to walk without a strong connection to me. My beloved child, I am not warning you because danger will defeat you. I am warning you because without me, you cannot see the traps that have been placed in front of you. But do not fear. I will guide you. I will protect you. I will strengthen you. I will give you wisdom sharper than deception. I will give you peace stronger than fear. I will give you clarity deeper than confusion. But you must stay close to me. This is not the time for spiritual laziness. This is not the time for half-hearted faith. This is not the time for cold prayers or distracted worship. This is not the time for delay, hesitation, or excuses. My child, I need you awake. I need you alert. I need you listening. I need you walking with me every day. Let me give you the guidance your heart needs. 1. Guard your mind. Be careful what you allow yourself to think, watch, and dwell on. What enters your mind will shape your heart, and your heart will shape your choices. 2. Protect your peace. Do not let the world steal what I gave you. Turn away from voices that create fear, chaos, anger, or hopelessness. 3. Keep your heart clean. Do not allow bitterness, jealousy, pride, or resentment to settle inside you. These things choke spiritual growth. 4. Stay humble. Pride blinds the soul more than any sin. Humility keeps your heart soft and open to my leading. 5. Pray sincerely, not perfect prayers. Sincere prayers, honest prayers, prayer that comes from the heart, not the memory. 6. Return to my word. My word is not just a book, it is nourishment for your soul. It will guide you when nothing else makes sense. 7. Forgive quickly. Unforgiveness is a chain the enemy loves to tighten. Let it go for your own freedom. 8. Do not isolate yourself spiritually. Stay connected to me, speak to me, seek me, walk with me. You cannot fight spiritual battles with an empty spirit. 9. Be careful who influences you. Not everyone who speaks to you speaks truth. Not every friend is leading you toward me. Some are unknowingly pulling you away. 10. Strengthen your spirit daily. Just as the body weakens without food, your spirit weakens without prayer, gratitude, and closeness to me, my child. I am giving you this warning because I love you more deeply than you can imagine. I do not want you wounded. I do not want you lost. I do not want you unprepared. I want you protected. I want you strong. I want you guided. And I want you ready for what is coming. This world is nearing a turning point. Things will not always be as they are now. And I need my children, not fearful, not confused, not asleep, but awake, strong, spiritually alive, and standing firm in my truth. That is why I am telling you this is my warning. Do not take it lightly, but do not take it with fear. Take it with love. Take it with wisdom. Take it with readiness. Because, my child, what I speak next will be the final and most powerful part of my message to you. A closing you will carry deep within your soul. A reminder of everything your heart must hold on to. Prepare yourself now, for the final words I speak will stay with you forever. And as I continue speaking to you, my beloved child, I want you to know that everything I have said flows toward this final invitation. A gentle call, a sacred whisper, a reminder that your life is not a random journey, nor a collection of disconnected moments, nor a struggle you must face alone. You were created with intention, shaped with purpose, and held with love far deeper than any love you have ever known on this earth. I have walked with you from the first breath you took, and I will be with you until the last. And even then, your story will not end, for love cannot end when it is mine. I know there are days when you feel older, slower, or more tired. Days when you look back and wonder if your best years are behind you. But hear me clearly now, your spirit never ages, and your soul does not grow old. The body may weaken, but the heart can grow younger every day. The mind may forget, but the spirit can remember truths too deep for words. You may feel like the world is moving too fast, like everything has become unfamiliar, like you don't always know where you fit, but you fit in me, and nothing can remove you from my heart. You are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, you are not invisible. Even if others walk past you without seeing the beauty in your eyes, I see it. Even if you feel like your voice trembles or your steps are slower, I walk beside you with patience and joy. Even if you feel alone, I surround you more than the air around your body. And even if you feel like you have lost time, I want you to know that I can do more with your next breath than you could have done in 50 years without me. This is why I ask you now to turn your heart back towards stillness. You have tried to carry many things, old pains, old disappointments, old memories that were never meant to define you. Release them, my child. They have served their time. They do not need to go with you into the years ahead. You have carried guilt that I never placed on you. You have held on to fears that were never meant for you. You have stayed awake at night worrying about things I had already taken into my hands. Let them go now, here, in this moment with me, because I want your remaining years, your remaining breaths, your remaining steps to be filled with peace. Not the peace the world offers, but my peace, the peace that settles the soul like calm water after a storm. I want your home to become a quiet sanctuary again, where my presence fills each room. I want your mornings to begin with gratitude instead of worry. I want your evenings to end in rest instead of fear. I want your heart to rediscover the joy of simply being loved. Some of you have spent a lifetime giving, raising children, caring for family, working hard, sacrificing silently, and now you wonder who you are without all those responsibilities. Hear me, you are mine, and that alone gives your life more meaning than any title, any role, or any accomplishment ever could. Your value is not measured by what you do, but by who you are to me, and to me you are precious beyond measure. Some of you have faced deep heartbreak, loss of loved ones, loss of health, loss of dreams you once held close. I know the pain you carried quietly inside your heart. I saw your tears, even the ones you hid from everyone else. I know the nights when you whispered into the darkness hoping someone was listening. I was listening, I always was. I never left you, not even for a moment. And I am here now, not tired of your prayers, not disappointed by your struggles, not surprised by your weakness. I am here to heal, not to judge, to restore, not to condemn, to mend what was broken and to breathe life into what felt lost. And there are also some of you who feel like blessings and joy have passed you by, like life happened for everyone else but not for you. But blessings are not always loud. Sometimes they come softly, like sunlight warming a window, or a bird singing near your home, or a family member calling you unexpectedly, or a quiet moment when your heart suddenly feels lighter without knowing why. These are not accidents, these are whispers from me. I place them in your day so you will know I am near. But now I ask something of you, something gentle, something sacred, something simple. Return to me with your whole heart. Not with fear, not with guilt, not with pressure, just with love. Sit with me in silence. Speak to me as you would to a friend. Share your worries as if placing them in my hands. Tell me your joys, your hopes, your questions. I am not distant. I am not silent. I respond in ways your heart can feel even when your mind cannot understand. You do not need complicated prayers. You do not need perfect words. You do not need to impress me. The smallest whisper, even a sigh, becomes a prayer when it comes from you. And when you pray, you awaken something in your spirit, a flame that has never gone out, even if you have not felt it in a long time. And I know some of you feel unworthy of coming close to me. You remember mistakes. You remember sins. You remember regrets from long ago that still echo in your memory. But hear me now. You are forgiven the moment you ask. I do not bring up the past to shame you. I invite you into healing so your heart can be free. My grace is not small. My mercy is not limited. My love does not run out, and I would rather have you imperfect and reaching for me than perfect in your own eyes and walking away. So come as you are, tired, joyful, hurting, hopeful, confused, grateful, uncertain, longing. Come with your whole heart. Come with your fears. Come with your dreams. Come with your weakness. Your aches, your memories, your laughter, your tears. Bring everything to me. Nothing about you is too small for my care. Nothing is too broken for my healing. Nothing is too late for my love. And as you walk forward from this moment, know this: I have set new blessings on your path. Not the blessings of youth, not the blessings of busy days, but the blessings of wisdom, of peace, of quiet strength, of deeper love, of spiritual clarity. Your life is not fading. It is ripening, maturing into a season where my presence becomes more real, more comforting, more beautiful than ever before. The world may say you are nearing the end, but heaven says you are entering your most meaningful chapter. I am breathing new life into your spirit. I am renewing your strength. I am softening what was hardened and healing what was wounded. I am giving you new eyes to see the beauty still around you. I am giving you new hope that does not depend on circumstances. I am giving you new joy that rises like morning light, and I am giving you the peace you have longed for all your life. Walk with me now, my beloved child. You are never alone. You are deeply loved, and I am with you today, tomorrow, and forever.